Yeah, 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 yeah. Bugatti. Previously on Kimba TV. For quite some time, I got into a CME short right there. And if you remember, the last thing that I said was, I'm going to wait for the sweep on derivatives. And then you can take the swing high, swing low, and from the sweep level all through the way to the 7.5, you can start putting in limits, and what you get filled is what you get filled. How we doing, boys? Man. Yeah. Yeah. How we doing? Man, it's straight Bugatti math. It's straight fucking Bugatti math, gentlemen. What the fuck is going on? We juicing while we sleeping. I got a little email from the CME group. It said I got filled. I got a little Philadelphia cream cheese, y'all. Reynez says, did you manage to short 44.6? Indeed, I did. But it's not as big. It's 2.5 mil, so I think that's like 50 Bitcoin. All right, let me get caught up, and then we'll do the TA. Suave says, I wasn't awake to take the short. If you saw on VIP, I put blind limits in before I went to bed, and I need to actually cancel them right now. You can rewind and see. You can rewind and see like what time I put the limits in. But look, I had see it all the way from 600 to 650. I think I missed it by like $100 or something on the derivatives. But that's okay, because like I said, I was going to bed, so I just threw in the blind limits. But at least I got the CME filled. And not all of it, but I got a good chunk. I got like 2.5 million contracts filled. So, but that's okay. We missed it by like $100. But yeah, let's do some, I'm gonna cancel these now, boys. Yeah, Big Dog says, was also in beauty sleep. That's all right. I said, fuck it. And I just threw blind limits up in that bitch. Tire Fixer says YouTube membership is VIP stream. Yes, yes, yes. Chef Boy, Reynez, Dole Kong. Your entry was so good. Oh, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I still got like 2.5 million filled on the CME. And remember, like I've been saying since the beginning of the week, I'm playing CME. So, yeah. And I think it's actually better I got filled on the CME because I don't have to worry about this position over the weekend. All I need to do is just survive until market close, and I'm Gucci. And I would actually not mind derivatives scam pumping over the weekend, and I get filled back on derivatives too, right? Swabe says, would you take this Kimba box if it goes back up and the OI is going down? That's a great question. I would actually take it earlier. Maybe somewhere around 875. You would probably, like, this is where you really don't want it to go above 0.5. You can't have it go above 0.5 if you want it to really be bearish. So, yeah, you might have a derivative short opportunity like around 875, 920. Yeah. Should we take it on VIP? Fuck. Yeah, I am filled on CME 44.6. Levels to watch would be sweep. But that's my TP for the CME trade. Just like we were talking about yesterday. And then for derivatives, we're going to have a little bit of an interesting thing up here. Tigran says, what about Golden Pocket on derivatives? Going to try if it comes back. if it goes above 0.5, it starts to become bullish. And since it's Friday, it could go and grab golden pocket or maybe even the 7.5. Yeah, but during market open, if it goes above 0.5, that's actually bullish, right, Tigran? You probably, I don't know if I would want it to go above the 0.5, to be honest, Tigran. So let's see what the reaction is around like the 43.9. That's what I would probably say. Finance says, assuming you definitely don't want to take the 43K long now. No, I mean, it could bounce. It's the weekend. I would be a lot more comfortable, but I don't have to worry about that because that's why we're doing the CME this whole week. Big Dog, how do you usually manage your stop loss with 0.5 entry and stuff? Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to pull out like micro ATRs and shit. I kept it real tight. What did I set it as? I don't even fucking remember. Hold on a second. Let me log back in.
You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said,
oh, $130 range.
Let's get it. Kimber was popping.
Okay, so it could sweep this 920. I gotta move that shit. Yeah, that's okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna just keep it tight because I'm doing this with no coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it tight. Mr. Binary says 0.5 lines up with point of control for the range. Yeah, there's good confluence. Let's draw the fib. Yeah, but that's it. Already filled on the CME, damn near pixel perfect. Yeah, but that's about it. You know, I think on the higher time frame, everything is looking really good. You know, we were talking about we would want to sweep this. So I mean, if you really think about it, I got a CME short from like right here. Identified the value area low pretty well. Still got stopped out right around here, like, you know, in profits, but that's okay because I was swinging for a home run. Knew that the next short attempt would be a sweep, right? Identified the single print on CME. Pixel perfect. And the plan, you know, the TP for that short, we talked about it yesterday, was around the 42,000, the 41.9 pour low. So that high looks good now. That high is complete. During the markets, you wouldn't really want it to go above 0.5. You could have wicks and shit and do like something like that, but you really don't want candle closes above 0.5. Yeah, that's about it, Raji. And then obviously it's Friday. So as soon as the markets close, I mean, it's all, you know, you could go back up here. You could do this. You could sweep the sweep, you know. But yeah, this is on CME. This is good now. So I'm going to just try to survive until the markets are closed on my CME position. That's it. Azaz says your TP will be sooner if CME Gap and Coinbase don't sweep yet. What do you mean? Are you caught up on yesterday's highlights and streams, Azaz? So our TP has been for that 41.9. I already said if I'm going to play poor highs, then I'm going to aim for poor lows. That's a poor low too. That's why we have that line right there. That's a poor low too. So that's why we have a line there. It could do like a little sweep, go test the point of control, and then poo-poo. And then we already talked about how that could be a balance point too. And there is a little bit of volume and TPO stuff, but it's weak. I mean, that kind of price action is not really indicative of a support. What would be the invalidation of the failed auction, right? Like, are you just like, are you somebody that is just straight expecting? Like, are you somebody that is just straight expecting this? Or do you understand that it can still do something like this? So how much have you nerded out on failed auction would be my first question. You know that it can, like, if you're expecting that, then that you're not, right? But if you know that it can still do this, go to golden pocket and bounce again, and some people might even call that like a descending triangle. But you know that it's what's the invalidation? When would you be like, okay, this has gone up too much that it's no longer a failed auction? Do you know what that is? And then so it would now becomes a math equation, right? If you have a great entry here or you have a great entry here, but it's a small position, and then your dumbass adds it like right here, and now your average is right here, but your invalidation is right here, now you kind of fucked yourself. So it's really math, brother. What would be your, based off of your position size and your average entry right now and how much you want to add, what would be your new average entry? And is it before or after the mathematical invalidation of the said strategy that you said you're going to play, aka the failed auction? So it would be kind of goofy if you went into saying, okay, I'm going to play the failed auction, but now you fucked your entry up so bad that you can't even actually play it and let the mathematical invalidation play out. So that's the way that I would, so I don't know exactly what your size is, but that's the way that I would just go about thinking it. I would just make it a math equation. As long as your average entry doesn't get fucked up where it's in front of a mathematical invalidation, then I think it's okay. But it would be weird. It would be goofy as fuck though, right? Grizzly says, just got back from a little Christmas shopping. I gotta wrap up this Christmas shopping too. I'm doing a hard stop around like 2:30, like an hour and a half. I gotta do a stop. I gotta do a hard stop in like an hour and a half. Gene Gao says, do you have the land acquired at the moment? Nope. But I've been looking at a couple places, and yeah, I'm ready to pull the trigger. Bugatti. Everybody Gucci? Are you building it in Texas? No, probably not. Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, maybe Montana. Okay, so look. Monessa says if it stays above the 0.5, that means bullish. Well, what I would suggest you do, Monessa, is again, don't take my word for it. If you're asking that question, that means you need to nerd out a little bit more on Fibonacci and probabilities of each level. Okay, so what do all of these Fibonacci levels represent? Okay, so what you need to do is kind of understand why the significance of those levels are the way it is. Maybe even dive into a little bit of harmonics, okay? And then what you need to do is see it hundreds, if not thousands of times, and so you can start to get the idea on if it's bullish or bearish, okay? Like I said, Monessa, you don't want to memorize what I'm saying, okay? The reason why right now it will be bullish if it starts to have candle close above 0.5 is because historically speaking, if it's going to reject, it's going to reject at the daily open. So that also means, Monessa, that you haven't been paying attention to some of these levels. Okay, for about 3 weeks, whether it bounces from it or whether it rejects from it, the daily open gets tested. So that is just historical pattern recognition. Is this the first time that you're going to see this? For me, this is about like the 5,000th time. Okay, but what you want to, there's, you know, aside from the question, if it stays above 0.5, does that mean bullish? What I want you to do is dive into the significances of Fibonacci levels, probabilities, and start taking notes so you can remember what the pattern is. Alrighty. But if historically, like let's say 2 months from now, instead of rejecting at the 0.5 or the daily open, it keeps rejecting at the 382, well then we have to start realizing that, you know, anything above 382 would be bullish. So you have to recognize what's going on. Memory recall. Right? Like I said, if you can't remember what happened before, you're literally trading that pattern or probability for the first time every time. And you're going to get wrecked if you do that. You know, you have all that data, all that shit that's happened thousands of times, hundreds of times, dozens of times in the last couple of days, weeks, and months, and you want to completely disregard it. That would be silly, right? Yeah. So you gotta start to understand and pick up on these things. You know, what is it doing? You know? But yes, so that being said, yes, in my opinion, if you have significant body, like significant time over 0.5, yeah, I think that would be a little bit bullish. Here's the thing, the last thing that we were talking about, Manessa. Let's just identify levels, okay? You have a daily open, sweep levels, bad highs between the 382 and 0.5, okay? So maybe if you're thinking about shorting, that's a level of interest for you, okay? If you're thinking about longing, there's two poor lows. You've got that one right there, and you've got that one right here, okay? So you could just do this, grab the daily, and then come down here. And remember, I'm in a CME position, so I can't get fucked over the weekend. All I need to do is not get stopped out in the next 3 hours, and then I'm Gucci for the weekend. I don't have to worry about it because the CME is paused. Okay? So I could see this come down, sweep that, tuck back in, kick it, wait until the CME pauses for the weekend and the holiday weekend, okay? And we also talked about the difference between a normal weekend and a Christmas holiday weekend and the difference in liquidity and volume. And then the CME could pause right here, and then this could go and grab the golden pocket or 786 because it's the weekend. Hell, it could even sweep the sweep. All right? So until the markets close, yes, getting above 0.5 will be bullish. But you could just do this, you could just do this, and then you could just do this, and then this could be Sunday evening. Bugatti. Let's see what the Don Dilly Dillioso is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily is up around 870 fizzy for sheezy. Coke Zero says, I'm part of the Viper and is in beta version. Not to copy trade Kimba, you should please stop, or else he can even stop streaming to the people that we support. Are you guys talking about the Viper? Y'all want to talk about the Viper? Yeah, if you're new, you don't need to join the Viper. And it would actually be counterproductive because it's set so that if you cancel twice, you'll never gain access to it. So wait until it's out of beta, then join. Right? But hopefully, like, you actually researched about the VIP before, like, blindly joining it, thinking it was like a signals stream or something. Yeah, for those of you that don't really know about it, what it is it's like it goes more than just the position. With the default screen, if you know, you know, is going to look like this. Okay? It's going to look like this. Okay? And I have a little trigger thing on my chair, so when I stand up, okay, the thing disappears. Okay? When I sit in my chair, okay, like this, then it triggers the wait thing, and it shows that I'm in front of the computer. Okay? Eventually, you guys are going to be able to type the exchange name, !MEXC. You guys see the shit up here? The Lithuania Lions. Look at that. Buy your season tickets, Lithuania Lions. You see the Kimba juice? That's Lithuania, y'all. That's Lithuania. Okay? But in the future, you guys are going to be able to type !MEXC, !Bing X, !whatever, and it'll switch to that. And so, for example, if you guys type exclamation tap bit, then it'll switch to this for 30 seconds, like that. And then after 30 seconds, it'll go back to this. All right. And then you guys will also be able to type exclamation back cam. Okay. And you guys will be able to see a live feed of me working in my room. I might not be streaming. I might not talk with y'all. I might be fapping.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Just kidding. But you guys will be able to see like a big brother 24/7 camera. Alrighty. So, you know, exclamation at your own caution. Alrighty. But as I've always said, you should be at least a 6 to 8 month viewer before joining the VIP. And like I've always said, you don't want to join this bitch too early because you might have access to like the S&P Bugama, you know, but you might not have, like, if you cancel more than twice, you're not going to be able to do exclamation back cam, for example. Hey, you too, Paylene, everybody that's going to be traveling for the holidays, stay safe. All right. I'm going to be doing like a quick little laptop stream again on Monday. Okie dokie. But like 20, 30, 40 minutes tops, you know. And let's not, you know, like I said, I love the work ethic and the ambition, but, you know, we're all pretty demanding of ourselves during like normal days, you know. So there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of break, you know, especially when it comes to friends and family. Ecto, you're good, right? Desk Slap says, last question, Kimba. What changes if 44.2 gets hit? Then I probably would not short until there's a swing failure pattern. Okay, but you got to be able to look at the data yourself. There could be a failed auction at the 75786, right? So identify all the levels to the upside, okay? We're at the golden pocket right now. It's pixel fucking golden pocket. Do you see this? It's pixel fucking the 618, okay? Obviously, you've got 75786, and then out on top of that, you probably have the sweep of the sweep. So you got to do the same thing all over again. You still have to identify levels. And then when it gets to that level, you need to be able to see if there's some sort of edge for the bears or the bulls. Okay? So because I can't predict the future, especially for the weekend with the limited day that I have now. So you have to be able to read the data and interpret it correctly at that moment. Dex slap. So just do your best, okay? The levels of interest will be the golden pocket, 75786, and then the sweep, the smaller sweep, the local sweep. Fuck, I just closed that window too. Okay, so you've got the local sweep, okay, and you've got the Big Daddy sweep. Okay, so those are all of the levels to the upside. Mathematical, sweep, sweep. Okay, so if it goes to 44.2, I'm probably not shorting shit until it sweeps that or it sweeps that. Okay, and with that being said, it's the Christmas time, so don't like, you know, bite my dick off if I didn't take it either. You know, especially if it happens like over Christmas or some goofy shit, right? Yeah. But, and, you know, I'm going to be watching open interest. I'm going to be watching CVD, RSI, everything that I can to see if there's actually an edge here. For the most part, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alert like right here. I'm going to set an alert like right here. And then I'm going to let the structure happen, you know, and then I'll probably try to get it. So I doubt I'm going to put blind limits in for a sweep structure front run, right? Over the holidays. Nah. So... all right. Kimba, did you get filled? Holy shit. There you go. Yes, I have a 75 Bitcoin short. I got filled live. Okay. And I have an even bigger position on Kraken. Excuse me, MEXC. My Kraken and MEXC are actually pretty similar. I'm already juicing pretty well. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Baby girl's baby girl's Uber is gonna be showing up. You guys Gucci? Hey man, the math is the math, okay? If it did that goofy shit, you know what I need, okay? I do not want that. I want this, okay? And even if that happens, y'all know that I'm still, this would not surprise me. Lions, come on, man. The math is the math. Do you think it's a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that it pixeled the 618 and it is now pixeling on the level that I needed to lose? And so that's why I keep telling y'all, I don't give a shit if you shorted there or if you still have your long there, but remember this, the same shit happens all the time. Alrighty? So don't let your emotions dictate. Don't let a green or a red 5-minute candle dictate. You should, hopefully you've learned a little bit and you know how to interpret the data. All right, but this is not a coincidence, y'all. So the math is the math. You guys are the fucking best. You know that, right? Hey, even though that we're on holiday travel mode, we still get nasty with it. We're still doing our best. The math is the math, right? Never be afraid of being wrong. Take a shot, okay? Once again, I feel like if you were here with me since the beginning of the stream, we fucking juiced. And again, it doesn't matter if you have a long. I don't give a shit if you took a short or not. Just remember this shit, because I'm telling you, the same shit happens every fucking time, okay? Look, it tapped the single print. Do we actually close above or below the daily level now? That's why I said I don't care. We could wick in there, but we can't have significant body closes above daily open, okay? And y'all know what it is. Like, you could even put your stop loss, like, behind here if you wanted. You could even put your stop loss behind here, okay? But it's the weekend, alrighty? So all I really care about is surviving for 2 more hours. Please don't fucking stop me out on this. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. Alrighty? Look at the reaction of the day. Holy fuck, that's not a coincidence. So give it time. Who's going to win? You can literally see the battle that's happening, y'all. Alrighty? I'm just telling y'all what we've all seen dozens and hundreds of times in the past. So just remember this shit. You don't really need me at that point. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. The math is the math, okay? I'll be back on doing the quick streams on Monday. So you guys are the best, man. All right, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss. By the way, copy traders, I don't want to hear shit. You need to, you're already in the green. You should not let this, I don't care what you see me do, okay? If you took that short, I would say if it loses 382, there's no reason you let that bitch go red.
Let's get it. Kimber was popping.
Alrighty, Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.
Hey!